there are two things that you mentioned. One is there is an element of thriving, and the element of thriving also presumes an element of trust. So one is today, given the population numbers we are, but tomorrow what the envisaged number is, how does this model actually also grow in that to be able to take care of that? The second is in terms of the distinction between the needs and the wants. And one of the things that is possibly also seeing is to see is that we don't play ourselves into the hands of the economy or the money, right? But one of the things that we are seeing slowly is that this trust in abundance, or the fact of being taken care, may not be influenced by what's happening outside. We're seeing practices come in where more than the needs is also the fear of scarcity, or the fear of something much more. Would I be able to take care or not? And then those different conversations come in. So coming to you, David, is how do you see this sense of where inherently one is expected to feel abundant and stay that and welcome it, but that there is also that sense of scarcity that comes in to wanting to take care of the family perhaps in the best means as possible, or maybe there is a certain expectation, our own tendencies perhaps, one where we have come from, what are we used to, or what we want to give. And while there is the system of maintenance to take care of the basic needs, but there is also the practice to say, can I get something more, right? And for whatever it may be, right or wrong is not the debate. So how do we decouple the work from the money aspect so that the fact that I'm being a willing servitor of divine consciousness, the joy that comes from it, the willingness to come together to build it, how does one strike a balance? How does one engage? How does one work and encounter through this scarcity that seems to be coming in, and that, whether I don't know, but does it bring about a certain amount of practices which undermine the potential of can we work collectively towards a prosperity-based model?
I think that we have to take into account that coming to Auroville means a big effort to progress, to be humble, to work on ourselves, first of all. And if we are there to feed our fear, to look for security, to look for assurance, it will never work for us. We come to make this jump into the unknown. And it has always been like that from the beginning. And unless one is ready to do it, it's better not to start. We don't want to convince anybody to join Auroville unless they are convinced and they are ready for that jump into the unknown. It looks easy, but it is very difficult. We face suddenly with what we thought was our necessities, and suddenly they might not be covered. We face with how we perceive the reality around. We start judging the others, judging the situation. One has to be very, very humble and be ready to surrender to that, even that we know it doesn't work well, we know there is a lot to improve, and still you give yourself every day for that. Without that, I think we will be very unhappy, because we are always expecting to see the things perfect, but they are not. As human beings, we have so much to progress. So why are we expecting that the system is so perfect? I remember when I came to Auroville and people were telling me, oh, but still the things are like that, so many problems. And I said, yes, many problems. That's why we are here, to work on them. You know? So don't expect the things to be given just because one comes here. Second is, I think we have an immense grace in Auroville. I think we all have perceived it. And that grace has sustained Auroville, has made Auroville grow. And I trust in that. I only trust in that. When people think that outside one has the security of the pension or the security of, I think that is so unreal. That can be dismantled in one day, no? We saw it in the pandemic. the whole world can be put upside down. What really matters is your inner peace and your relation to the world, that you really create that relation. Don't expect the world outside to change all the things, the conditions. So when you are able to have that trust in the divine, that trust that you have given your life for it, I think around it everything gets everything works. I have experienced that all my 30 years in Auroville. So trust and willingness to progress.